Good morning and welcome to Engage AGFA class. This morning we are doing a quick walkthrough on how to set up OBS to record some of your Unreal Engine 4 game level footage for the game level that you've been working on over the last few weeks, and then how we're going to take that recorded footage and package it using DaVinci Resolve. So a few steps to the process. I'm going to start by looking at some basics in OBS to set that up. Here is a very blank, empty default view on OBS or Open Broadcast Software. We're going to have a quick look at a couple of key features and a few settings to allow us to record our Unreal Engine gameplay footage to then use in DaVinci Resolve to package as a little video. To start off, I just want to draw your attention to these two tabs at the top, Profile and Scene Collection. Profile is a way that you can set up a bunch of default settings to suit your purpose, whether that be live streaming or recording, and retain those settings and be able to switch between them. A Scene Collection is a way to set up a batch or a set of scenes which may or may not include different video or audio inputs, overlays, graphics, and a whole bunch of other stuff. As you can see, I have these two things set to blank at the moment, so you can see what a very blank OBS might look like when you first open it. To start with, I'm going to set up a new scene collection, and I'm going to call it AGFA Demo. This is going to allow me to configure some layouts and whatnot, and then retain that information in this setting so that if we want to switch back to it at a different time, we can do that. Before I go further, I'm then going to set up a new profile and also call that AGFA Demo and hit OK. This will allow me to change settings in the back end of OBS specific to recording, and then be able to reload them at a later date. So let's start with settings. You can see there's a number of tabs on the side when you open the settings sub-window. We're going to look at a couple. We're going to look at video first. You can see we have a base canvas resolution and an output canvas resolution. So the base canvas resolution is what OBS is dealing with when you're trying to capture, and the output is what OBS is trying to export it as. So in this case, recording, it's going to output that recording in a scaled resolution of 1280 by 720. For today, we're just going to match that to the base resolution of 1920 by 1080, and we're also going to change the FPS or the frames per second value to 60 by clicking on the drop down, and then we're going to press apply. We're going to then go and have a look at the audio tab. Now the audio tab here, you can see by default has everything disabled. We want to have the opportunity to record any audio that may or may not be in the game level that you've created. The game level that I'll be using today is from a former student of ours, Richard, who was a Cert 3 student last year, and I know he has some sound effects in his game level. So I'm going to set my desktop audio to default so that it uses whatever Windows default has set as an audio output device, and we'll capture that audio. So I'm going to press apply there as well. And then output, I'm going to change my output from simple to advanced, because it's going to give me more control over the tabs, and I'm going to go straight to the recording tab. I'm going to change the standard type to custom, again to give myself some more control over these settings. Now I'm going to change where I record this video to. So I'm going to pick one of the secondary drives. You might pick the Y or the X drive on your computer. I'm going to pick this particular drive here that I have, and I'm going to put that in Engage. I'm going to make a new folder and call it my name UE4 recordings, and then select. And so you can see that has now set OBS to output the recordings to that spot. I'm going to come down here to video bitrate, and I want to change this setting to 10,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. I'm also going to change the default format for the container format to a video container format of my choosing, and I'm going to choose MP4. So I'm going to scroll down a bit, JKLM, and we go MP4. That is the video container format that I want OBS to record in and generate for me today. So we'll just go back through it again from the top, output mode to advanced, change the file path for where you want the recordings to go, change the container format to MP4 for the type of video you want, change the video bitrate to 10,000 so that we get a high quality recording. And then we're going to press apply. We're pretty much done for that now. Now you don't have to go back and save anything in this profile because it's retaining this information as you go. So once you've changed it, OBS goes, okay, cool, that's the information you want with this profile. Now that we have some recording settings enabled, I'm going to set up our scene collection. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to sources, which I have somehow managed to move, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure yours won't be down here on your OBS, but we have scenes and sources. Wonder if I can, there we go. That's more likely what yours will look like. Scenes, sources, and audio mixer like this. So we can see scenes here, you could think of them as a folder. Sources, you could think of them as what items you have in that folder. So we're going to put a very simple one today. I'm going to come over here to scene, I'm going to right click, press rename, I'm going to call it game capture, and I'm going to click off so I know what it is. I'm going to come over here to source, and today I'm going to go display capture. I'm going to put game footage as the title. I'm going to press OK, making sure I leave this make source visible ticked. And you can see it's automatically going to choose what it thinks is the first display. Now, if this is the display that you're going to have your game open on, that's great. Otherwise, click on the drop down and pick the screen that you will have your game capture footage on. And because you have two screens, you can have OBS on one screen and the game footage on the second screen. I would put the game footage on the bigger screen. That is a nicer view for you on your computer. So for me, I'm leaving it on this one. I'm going to untick capture cursor because I don't want to see the mouse cursor in my screen recording for my game, and then I'm going to press OK. So you can see on the preview side here we have the window that I will load my game into, and if I press transition here, that will move it across to the program side, which is where I want it to be, because the recording will record whatever is in the program window. So if you don't have anything in the program window, that's what it's going to record. So let's open our game footage. Here we go. I'm going to open the Unreal application that this student sent out as a package at the end of the course last year, and you can see here he's gone straight to his menu loading screen, which is what I believe you guys should have for yours also. So I can confirm I can see my game here inside the program window, which is great, and I can see some audio ready to go for that as well. Now there's one more thing I'm going to do, because I just want to do a little bit of talking over my game level as I walk through it. I'm going to come down here to source, I'm going to add an additional source, an audio input capture, and I'm going to call this microphone. Now if you don't have a microphone on the computer that you're working on, we will get you a headset that has a microphone on it, and more than likely we will plug it into a USB audio device that we have many of here, and that will be called a Rockout Juke. So you will select that from your list and press OK. Now you'll see that is in our sources list, but it's not showing up in the audio mixer. That's because we haven't pushed it live. So anytime you change something in the sources here for a particular scene, until you transition it live, it won't become live in the mix. And you can see here now that we press transition, the microphone audio line is appearing in the audio mixer, and you can also see it polling, like the little green and yellow bar moving away, matching the voice that it is taking from the microphone. Okay, so We are pretty much set to go now for our audio and video recording of our game walkthrough. All we would need to do now is press start recording. We can see down here the recording is live because the little red light has come on and there is a time count moving along. We also see some other figures here, the load on our CPU and the number of frames that it is recording at. So this is useful information to keep an eye on while you're recording something, because it will give you an indication if something is stopped or frozen, or if you're dropping frames, or if your computer is overloading. So let's record some game footage. Hi, my name's Toby. I'm going to walk you through Richard's game from his Cert 3 in 2020 called The Lobby. We're going to start off with a new game from his loading screen. So you can see here he's got some ambient music in the background, some setting the scene with a bit of lightning and thunder and rain. And we're in an office lobby that he has created, and we have a bunch of collectibles. So I'm going to walk around, gain these collectibles. Now for your recording, you don't have to do an extensive microphone audio voiceover. You could just say who you are and what your game's called, and then talk us through a couple of key things that you did. So I've just collected all these coins here, and we can see we've got some computer screens. I'm going to see if I can turn them on. I can by pressing, oh no, it's just interaction. And as I walk up to this filing cabinet, a little dialog box has showed up, giving me some instructions. I've pressed E, I'm not seeing anything in there. I'm going to go to the cupboards. There's something for me to collect. Wonder what's in this cupboard. There's the key that it said we needed to find at the start. So, you can see I've got a bit of a speed boost from that square as well. So that was interesting. I wish I knew that sooner. I would have taken it last. More coins as we go up the stairs here. Another door. Need to open the door by pressing E. More coins. Another door. Door is locked. More coins. Another door. Door is locked. More coins. Another door. Door is locked. Jeez, is one of these doors going to be open? Door is locked. This is the door we can go through. We're in an office. Okay, more filing cabinets, but nothing in there. What do we got? A chair. Looks like some gold on the table. I can collect that, so I have. There's another computer screen. Nothing on there. It looks like a cabinet. It's a safe. But, nothing in the safe. Anything in the cupboard? No. Wait, hang on. What's this over here? There's a silver bullion. Okay, and that was my win condition. So you see we've ended at the end screen here, and I'm going to quit the game rather than play a new game. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to press stop recording, because that should indicate we finished with our recording. And then I'm going to check, because I can't quite remember exactly where I sent it. Okay, here we go. That's right, engage AGFA class on my secondary drive. Toby Unreal Engine recordings, and you can see when I remove the screen, that is where that video has recorded to. And if I double click on it to open it with VLC, you can see in here that that is working. So we have completed the first part of our process here. We've recorded some game footage.